Hey folks, it's Teresa from Stringfield Ridge Farm. Kitty, another kitty. We are headed out to the herb garden. I'm going to show you my ashwagandha. That's what I'm working on today. And so ashwagandha is an adaptogen herb. And I just recently learned about it. Maybe a year ago, if that. I don't even think it was a year ago. We'll say 6 or 8 months ago. I found out about ashwagandha, along with several other herbs that are adaptogen. And I came across some of the seeds. I believe it was at Baker's Creek, or no. I came across some of the seeds at Strictly Medicinal Seeds. That's where I saw them at. And I thought, oh, wonder if I can grow that, because I bought it as an adaptogen, just calming the nerves, help you sleep at night, that kind of thing. Anyway, I ordered the seeds and they grew. Now, I put this one in a pot so I could keep it, and the rest of them I grew in my herb garden. I've already taken those out. I didn't think to do this video till I had already taken them out. But I'm going to show this one. And it's still got some seed pods on it. It bloomed, had little white flowers. And anyway, this one, and then the little seed pods come on these little lantern looking shapes. I will show one in the house when we get in there. I got all the seeds that I could get off of them, except this one. I'm going to take this one in. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep that one and overwinter it. It is more of a tropical plant, so I'm going to take it inside to overwinter it and hope that I can keep it. You can use the roots. What you use is the roots. You can use the roots first year or second year. After that, it's not recommended. I think they get tough maybe or something. I'm not real sure about that. This is my first time to do this. So I am not an expert on this. I'm not trying to be an expert and tell you how to do it. I'm just showing you what I've got going on because it's my first time. Inside that red fruit, that's the fruit. Inside that little red fruit is a whole bunch of seeds. You do not eat the plant. You do not eat the seeds. You do not eat the fruits. What you eat is what you use. It's medicinal. It's not just edible to be edible. It is for medicinal purposes. You use the root. And I'm going to show you that when we get in the house because I've already pulled mine out. I had them over here in my herb garden. If you haven't seen my herb garden, I've got lots of videos on that. Let's see, I think there's another one there. I didn't get them all. So let's see, here we go. I was fixing to say I might not have got them all because I just come out here real quick a while ago to get them. All right, so there you go. We can show this better like this and show you the little lantern shape things. Those have a red fruit inside of them. And then the red fruit has seeds in it. There's one in there. Anyway, so that's what it looks like. Now, what you do is you pull this up. I was working on this one and couldn't get it out of the ground and skipped it. So I'm glad because now it's still out there for me to show you. There's still a few more seed pods there. Something's been biting on those. Anyway, that's what it does. There you go. Okay, yeah, I got to get that one pulled out too because I'm only going to save the one that is in the pot. He's all leaned over now. They stand up straight and tall, and it is about, I'm going to say it's about 3 foot tall. And so ashwagandha is, I already mentioned, for stress and anxiety, but it's also good for a lot of other things. It is anti-inflammatory. It is good to help you mentally, memory, and mental stress, brain things, plus heart. It's good for high blood pressure and different heart things, and like I said, brain memory, stress, all that stuff. And there's like a host of other things that it's good for that's not necessarily what I'm using it for. But if you want to know all of those, look them up, or it's just good for a ton of other things also. I think in India it is called Indian ginseng or something. It's also known as Indian ginseng or something. I read that one time. So anyway, it's a great herb to use and have, and I ordered it powdered. So now I'm going to powder my own. All right, so up inside in the kitchen here, I have been cleaning this root up. So there's one of the roots. The other two are already drying on the porch. So, and I'll show you that. But this is a good sized root. The other two are a little bit smaller than that. Good sized root there. Now, you got to clean them up good, and they get real dirty down in these cracks. And these little roots are just winding through there, and you got to really, I don't know if you can see how dirty up in those cracks are. So you have to really wash them and soak them. And then I use this sprayer to really spray up in there. You really have to get up in there and get those roots clean. Now I could go ahead and break this all apart and put it on and probably clean them better, and I probably will. So I guess you could separate those, which I don't want to. I want to dry the whole thing, but you could break these all apart and separate them and get that out maybe. But I don't want to do that. So I'm cleaning real good all the way up into that root with all of this, soaking it. If you soak it a little bit, it breaks some of that dirt loose up in there. And then, like I said, you have to just kind of separate those roots apart a little bit to get that out of there. Now, I won't use every bit of this because this stalky part I'll cut out. And when I do that, it'll probably break some of that further loose. If you're interested in doing this, check with other people who have done it before. Maybe do a search for ashwagandha root and find somebody else who is way more expert than I am, because this is my first time. But I wanted to show it just to show what I'm doing. And I hope to be expert at it because I really like this stuff. And I hope to kind of maybe become an expert at it. Now see here what I'm talking about, how it's twisted around in there. Those roots are all twisted together. And if I separate those, I can really get up in there better. So there you go. There's what I got. I'll go show you what's on the porch. I'm fixing to go hang this one on the porch, and then we'll talk a little more about it. I have harvested the seeds, by the way. I have harvested a bunch of the seeds. These little shells are like little lanterns, and the little red berry comes out of there. And in each of those little red berries are just hundreds of seeds. So I'm going to plant a bunch of those. I'm going to dry those and sell some, and then I'm going to plant some next year and have a whole bunch. And then I'll probably sell dried root after I do that. All right, so here I am on the screened-in porch, and we don't use this door much at all, hardly ever. So I've got these hanging out here because I've got the fan on out here. So this is one I done yesterday, and it's already starting to dry some. And then these two I washed today. This is that bigger one. And so there you go. That's how much I've got done. That one's already drying. It looks dirty again, but it's because it's already drying. And I'm just hanging them right there on that because we don't use that door much, and they're easy to hang with that root still intact like that. It was really easy to hang. So I'll just let those dry, and then I'll cut them all apart and chop them up. And probably I may use some of them just dried and chopped up for tea, but I will powder most of it and put in capsules with some other things that I'm going to use for stress and anxiety and all that. So there you go. Now here is the jar of powdered. I bought all these, and that's why I wanted to kind of grow some of my own, because I actually bought these and mixed them up in a powder, and I've used some of that in pills. I need to make some more of it in pills, but I also use it in like green smoothies and stuff like that. So I didn't put it all in pills. I need to do some more of it in pills. But these are all adaptogen herbs that are good for different things, especially stress and anxiety for me that I'm using them for. But all the stuff in here is good for a lot of different things. And so I'm going to tell you what's in here, but I don't say all of the names correctly. So you will have to bear with me and understand that I don't say every one of the names correctly. I do know the ashwagandha. That is how you pronounce that. I've also got the shatavari. I think I'm saying that close. Shatavari or shatavari. Super greens. That's just something I bought that was already called super greens. So it's got lots of good stuff in it. The maca. The tulsi is holy basil. Masala, I don't think I'm saying that correctly. I've not heard anybody else pronounce that, but masala is also good for anxiety and things. Cinnamon and cayenne. And the cinnamon and cayenne are also good for inflammation. A lot of these in here are good for inflammation also, especially the tulsi, which is the holy basil, and the super greens. You know, a lot of that is good for, cacao. Cacao is also good for different things like that, for stress and anxiety too. So anyway, lots of good stuff in there. I bought most of it powdered already. Some of it I powdered myself, like the tulsi. And, you know, I think the rest of all that I bought powdered. But now I will have the ashwagandha at least myself. And I grew cayenne this year. So I can grind my own cayenne and my own ashwagandha. And tulsi, I grew holy basil this year, so I've got a bunch of that I can grind up in here and make plenty more. So there you go. That's what I'm doing with the ashwagandha. I have several other things I'm also doing for the inflammation and for energy and that kind of thing, just health in general. I got off of my blood pressure medicine. I've mentioned that several times. I got off of my blood pressure medicine by using some other things. Another pill that I'm making, which is, it has moringa and hawthorn and parsley and cayenne in it. I also take turmeric and ginger for the inflammation. So a lot of herbs that I'm taking, I'm just doing them powdered and in a pill, or putting them in a green smoothie or something, and using it 2-3 times a day, you know, and it really seems to be helping a lot. So there you go. That's what I'm doing. I'm not recommending. I just know what I've read and what I've learned, and what I'm doing is helping me. So give us a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And watch us on Friday nights at 7 Central.